My dad called me before this one to wish me good luck. He's well aware of my 20 plus years of suffering. Well, it didn't go my way, Dad. Lying, cheating, criminal scumbags got one over on us today. Just roll the thing, let's get it over with. Ah! In Mikel Arteta's second final, he makes two very interesting choices among a very strong and expected starting 11. Number one, he decides to stick with Kepa in goal. In my view, that was a very wise decision.
You sure about that?
Kepa has been very strong every time we've played him, so I see no reason to switch to David Raya.
You sure about that?
And that's the thing with backup keepers. We signed Kepa because we promised him he would at least play in the League Cup, so how are you then going to switch him out in the final that he got us to? And let's assume you have to call on him in a couple weeks if David Raya gets injured or something happens to him. You can't do that.
I don't even think you really know what a bad day is. But you're gonna find out.
And the second is that he starts Ben White, and I know that Timber is injured, but so many were saying that he does not trust Ben White. Well, I guess that puts that notion into the grave. The League Cup final began, and it was looking very good for the Arsenal.
That was my bad. Apparently, I'm an idiot.
In the opening 15 minutes, City looked very spooked at the very thought of Gyökeres and Saka running at them. We had the better of the chances, including forcing James Trafford into a triple save. Take nothing away from Trafford there, but honestly, Havertz should have scored with the initial one. You are like 5 feet out. All you gotta do is put it right past them, and he hits it into Trafford. Oh, come on. However, on the 20-minute mark, just as I was getting used to absolutely pummeling these guys, something changed. The momentum completely shifted, and City spent the rest of the first half putting us under massive pressure. And we defended like lions in that first half, but ceding so much possession was very worrying. Now, we all know City have some great attackers, so giving them any time on the ball is like playing with fire. But despite the drop-off in the first half, halftime came, it still was 0-0, and I needed the next 45 minutes to be much more like the start of the first half. Well, that's not what I got, and it was capped off with a Kepa mistake. City spent the first 15 minutes of the second half putting us under the same kind of just all-encompassing pressure that they did at the end of the first half. And on 60 minutes, of course, disaster strikes. Kepa doesn't gauge a high cross at all. It slips through his outreaching fingers, and Nico O'Reilly gets in front of Zubamendi to head home from about 5 feet out, and oh my goodness.
Surprise? Well, thank you for that. Here's a surprise.
1-0 City after unrelenting pressure for them and worryingly very little from us. And if we're being honest, from the 30th minute on, we lost all control of this game. We were defending relatively well, but we just could not relieve the pressure. City were using the huge Wembley pitch, stretching us, making us run huge distances to try and cover them. And 4 minutes later, it gets even worse. 2-0 City.
They stole it from me, Carmine! They took it! That was today! Today!
Neither Rice or Zubamendi deal with Nunez's overlapping cross, and he damn near has the freedom of our 18-yard box. How the hell is that allowed to happen? He crosses the ball, Saka doesn't deal with his man, and that man is the one that heads it in. 2-0 City. Terrible defending from the Arsenal. Just errors all over the pitch, and we were asking for it today. You can't lose control of the game. You can't lose so much possession against City and expect not to concede goals like we did. As this dragged out to the inevitable, on 86 minutes, there was a moment that just exemplified Arsenal today. We managed to get some possession in the City half, but a loose pass from Calafiori deflected off of Gabriel Jesus' leg, and we lost the ball. Just sloppiness and incompetent play. So 2-0 is how this one ends, and City win the League Cup. And for Arsenal, that was a hugely disappointing performance. The way we didn't create a damn thing for huge stretches of the game is totally unacceptable. Now, I'm sure we are going to see the Bottlers charge resurface from enemies and Arsenal fans alike, but I don't agree with that, even considering the way we played today. Remember, Gabriel Jesus and Trossard hit the post in the second half. Calafiori had a wide open header that he put right into the arms of James Trafford. And if Kepa doesn't let the ball slip through his outreached hands, this is a different kettle of fish. My point being, this was a lot closer than the charlatans in the media and social media are going to let on. But ifs and buts don't win trophies. You know what does? 115 charges of lying, cheating, and financial crimes. The commentator on CBS was regurgitating some of the most vomit-inducing praise on City and Pep, praising the blood money that the owners have shoveled into City while simultaneously framing of them as the underdogs just because they're going through a transition. In my time on this planet, I have never seen such a disgusting thing on my television set. Honestly, and this is from the bottom of my heart, I hope the ground opens up and swallows that entire football club. Okay, so vitriol aside, Arsenal now have 2 weeks to seethe and let this fester into something useful. I expect a refocus and reaction when Arsenal return from the international break. As for me, well, I'm gonna go and punch the air and grumble about the size of the Wembley pitch. Okay, I hate you all, bye!